Hello and welcome to The Fashion Effect. This is going to be our first podcast, and I'm here with Hannah. Can you please introduce yourself a little bit to us?
Hi, I'm Hannah Renee. I'm a Des Moines model, and I've been modeling for about 10 years now.
That's amazing. So how do you feel about modeling for us today?
I feel really honored and empowered to model for you today because I know that your guys' mission and vision is aligned with mine, and it's promoting prosperity for the modeling community here in Des Moines.
That's a really good answer. I love that. So as a model, how do you feel about the cameras, how powerful they are in the way that we use them to project an image, to kind of convey a message? What do you feel about that?
I feel like the power of the camera in terms of the model, but not only just that, but about everybody else that experiences it, the model, the photographer, the lighting people, the people who see the photo, all experience this transcendence of trying to establish like what beauty means. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's that power, that power is all of you shape what beauty means, and that's a part of the art, is a part of the meaning. And I think that the Fashion Effect is really trying hard to make sure that beauty is transcended but also universal to everybody who can see it and experience it. And that's what is so important about how much modeling means to the world, is because we shape the generational trends, and that is what paves a pathway for the experiences of all the other models coming in after that, and not even just the models, but like society in general. So we have that power to change society, and that's where I see the biggest power of modeling is in that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, everything from pop culture to even like iconography, book covers, you name it, you need a person and somebody to model whatever it may be, clothing, color, just to convey a certain message. And, you know, the youth, the people, they take from that a certain message and they kind of replicate it in their own creative way. And it really does direct kind of how society moves forward with the messaging, with the branding, whatever it may be. Like how we see, like, today you guys are wearing black shirts, blue jeans. You know, we think about, where did that come from? That didn't just start because some odd creator was like, black shirts, blue jeans is our staple, but no, it's like a fashion movement. I know I started with like really heavy questions, but I want to ask you about what got you into modeling. Like, what makes you like so interested in the industry itself? Like, what do you bring to this space?
So what got me into modeling first was I was a short film actress, and I met a photographer at a short film festival where my colleagues and we all won an award. And that short film title was named Marcy, and it was at Pella Film Festival. And so later on down the road, he ended up taking photos for me, and that's where it kind of blew up, was from that. Like, I wanted senior photos at the time from him, and so after that, that's where it kind of all sparked in a matter of a year. And in terms of like what it means for me as a model to see that growth and development and what keeps me going, I think what really keeps me going is the ability to just make new creative things that nobody else has thought of before. I honestly have became addicted to that. And when I'm thinking of new ideas and creating new ideas and having just this artistic muse in my mind, and I get to be that, it kind of just motivates me more and more to make something over and over and over again, or to try new things, or to take risks, or to have a sense of out-of-the-box thinking that I'm not really traditionally used to. So that's kind of where I just continue to keep flowing and flowing and flowing with the modeling ideas that I have, because of how much the art is a part of it, how much the art is what motivates me more so than thinking about just the luxuries of it. The luxuries are their plus, but I love making something so unique that nobody has ever thought of it before. I am addicted to that.
Oh, that's like the best addiction I've ever heard of.
Right.
Yeah. I what I'm hearing is experimentation, creativity is front and center for you.
Also, along with that is the wanting to see more models like myself. As somebody who is 5'2", I was told multiple times that I wouldn't make it. And when I was in New York, I I gotten into New York Fashion Week, and while we were trying to do workshops, they motivated us to go and do other castings. And there was a girl like me who auditioned. And then by the time that we did the whole thing and got through the end, we got put to the side and we were like, hey, we can't take you because you guys aren't 5 foot, whatever. And I was cool with it. I'm like, I get told no all the time. You know, I can't change my height. I can't do a magic wand or whatever. But she was just so heartbroken. And I just remember calling Jana later that night, and I was like, I see your vision and I see how much it matters, because all I wanted to do was just to tell this girl that she mattered, and that one little setback means nothing for what's coming. And I think that that's also in the forefront of my mind, is that I want to represent models who are not in the spotlight right now, who have unique abilities, who have unique perspectives that deserve to be, and also just having a paved pathway where everybody can do this, and there's not stigmas, there's not limitations, and there's not marginalizations for people because of things that are out of control.
Of course, that absolutely makes sense. I too grew up hearing that you had to be almost 6 foot to even make it as a female model, that you had to have all of these criteria met before you could even stand in front of a camera and be recognized as a figure in the industry. I mean, we all watched Top Model growing up. We saw that they would almost pick you apart for your appearance, even though your appearance and your uniqueness is exactly what they were trying to market. So it was kind of like, it almost like, it was like a double-edged sword. Like, you could be unique, but you can't be short. But we need your uniqueness to market our branding or whatever it may be. And that's an inspiring story. Because I'm not even 6 foot. I fall way under that. And I think to have young girls look and see you and kind of recognize their height and how they feel about fashion with you and your marketing and your branding as an individual in this space is really nice. I like to see that a lot.
Thank you. Yeah.
And so I just want to ask, and I know we're talking about height, we're talking about all of these things that have to do with your appearance. How do you feel about that? How do you separate your physical body from your work? Or is it all one and the same?
When I have to go through moments where I have to separate myself from the physical work, it's usually 80-20. I still have those days where I really have to like re-centralize and reset, because it's heartbreaking to hear so much how many people are choosing these models and the reasons why. And this all emerged back in like the 2000s, 2010s. This isn't something that was traditionally chosen. And so when we're following the trends and not thinking about the skill level of the models in front, that's where I kind of beat myself up. Not because the fact I can't change anything for the fact that my height. That is what it is, you know. But I do think that when it comes down to auditions where I got told I have the best walk out of the whole section, but they won't take me because of my height or because of my size or because of whatever, it's kind of just like, really, you're really gonna stop it there on that,
selling
like
themselves short,
right? Like, it's like that's the hill you're gonna die on. And you know, like, people have their preferences, and that's them, you know. I'm not gonna say anything about that, but I really try hard to take care of myself and just remind myself that the people that are out there for me and the opportunities that God wants me to be in, and that divinity just wants me to be in, my destiny, I will be there, you know, and I will be front and center, and I will have that moment. And that's kind of where I'm at, is if they don't want me, then that's not in God's plan, and that's not where I'm supposed to be. So it kind of just puts me in a direction of like, this is a safer option to not be with you, or this is a better direction for me, you know?
Yeah. It's like that saying that every door that shuts wasn't meant to be reopened, you know?
Right.
So it's kind of like, it's not a failure on your part. It's almost like a redirection of where you need to be going. I do believe in destinies, and I believe in futures and stuff like that. I also believe in the fact that if you put yourself out there enough, kind of like how you're doing through the Fashion Effect, it's kind of like they keep seeing you more and more and more. They will start to accept these kinds of ideologies that our predecessors, like back in the early 2000s, has set up as this is what we're looking for. They will realize that there is more to the to marketing and fashion. I keep saying that word, to fashion than just, oh, you have to be 6'2", skinny, and blonde haired. There is more to it than just that, and I think that's what's going to have to happen. And I think I'm going to have to keep seeing you modeling for us, walking those runways, doing what you do, so then that way people know that it's not just what you see in a magazine. It is more than that. It is a category. It is a very wide spectrum of bodies, people, color, backgrounds that represent fashion and the art that it is. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell us about yourself today? I know I kind of took up a lot of your time, but I'd like to hear something.
You're totally fine. I really love modeling because of the fact that this is my gateway to trying living into what my purpose is, trying to help people, trying to expose them to new artistic ideas, trying to send messages. And I really hope that if anybody out there is like struggling within themselves, that, you know, like they come and find us, like they find our page, they find our resources, because truly it's not just the Fashion Effect itself. It's about people behind it. And I have told every single person on this team at least once before, I am happy that you're in my life. I am happy that you're here. And I'm happy and I feel safe with you guys as a model. And I think that that's really what a lot of modeling industries, agencies, marketing needs, is that ability to have like that sense of connection the way Fashion Effect does, and the people behind it. They have the same purpose as me. They care about advocacy. They care about empowerment. They care about the honoring of a model. And I think that that is the biggest part of Fashion Effect, is that we are looking for the real people because the real people matter.
Yeah, of course. I 100%, even when I was first introduced to this, I thought of how many horror stories I'd heard about the industry and all that goes into it and how people come out of it. But it's so nice to have a team where everyone comes from a different background and they're all very accepting. And we do want to foster this kind of community where we're not looking at you as like someone we're going to use, but we're seeing you as an individual who's a part of us.
Right.
It's like a little family, and I know people hate to say that, like, oh, we're just like a family, but we really
family.
are. Yeah, we put ourselves out there, and we're just trying to find anyone and everyone who can come to our events, see our work, see our models, and to just feel acceptance for what we do, and
believe in us.
Yeah, believe in us, and then hopefully through all of this work, it'll like, kind of spring us forward to the kind of, I don't know, kind of like a stage that you see in like New York Fashion Week, Peoria Fashion Week, we'll have the same thing here in Des Moines.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for, coming on and speaking with us. It was lovely to hear from you.
Thank you so much.
Of course.